Dave Coombs, Dorene, and Marcus. Milwaukee's hometown morning show on KLH.
With a special guest in studio from the culinary world, it's Chef Feker. Now, are we allowed to call you by your first name as well? Can we say Michael?
Absolutely, you can. The flavors don't change.
That's true.
Of course you can.
Well, we didn't know because now you introduced yourself as Chef Feker, and of course that is a very honorable title.
I introduced him as that, though, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, she was nice enough.
Yeah.
You weren't. Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's get this
No.
right.
I mean, I called you Chef, and you asked gave Dave your name as Michael.
Yes. Correct. Either one, I'm your personal chef. So
All
I
right.
can be called Michael. I can be chef, as you wish.
Well,
Okay.
Dorene's been having some issues in the kitchen, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
so I'm glad. So yesterday, Chef was in the building, and I took the opportunity to say, I have a question for you. I did a pizza making class, and it was the Neapolitan style pizza, and they showed us how to do the dough, and then they gave us dough to take home, and they said, you should be able to do this within a week, take it out and let it come to temperature a few hours before you use it. And I did, and it was a complete disaster. It got a crust on it, and I ended up throwing it in the garbage. So I said, hey, Chef, what did I do? And he had several answers, and I thought, okay, let's bring this to the air, because I can't possibly be the only person out there that has questions for the chef. So I had another dough, and this one, I don't know. I didn't open it. I didn't look at it. I don't know if that one has the crust on it or not. It does.
Yeah.
So it was a disaster to
Right.
me.
So I believe what happened here is when you went pizza making, they're either adding some kind of a mother dough, like a sourdough, so it would give you that sourdough, and that's why they want it to rest, so the fermentation process takes over inside within the dough.
Okay.
Then they say use it after a while.
Okay.
Right. The smartest thing to do when they send you this, to go home, and even if they don't want to spend anything, you can take a napkin, fill it up with water, squeeze it out, and spread it over the dough, so the surface of the dough doesn't absorb
Dry.
oxygen, doesn't dry out. When I would get it home, if I were you, I would do the same thing, except I would rub some olive oil on it, plastic wrap it, and put it in the refrigerator.
See, now, why didn't they tell me that at my pizza making class?
Because it wasn't me.
There you go.
That's why.
I need an expert.
Okay, so now can I still use this, or...
To be absolutely honest with you, yes, you can.
Okay.
You know, the part that is really crusted right now,
Yeah.
instead of that becoming the top, we flip that around, then we roll it out, and that crusty part is going to be what's going to be touching the base of the oven. So it's going to get crispier and crustier a lot more, and you're going to have that nice contrast that you love in a pizza anyway.
Yeah.
You love a crunch
Yeah.
on the crust, and then the gooey cheese and all the ingredient that goes on top of it.
Okay, so I'm glad to hear that, because I threw the other one away.
Either that or I'll steal this one. So when I'm gone, you're not going to find it anymore.
Oh, you could probably do that too, because I thought that I was an expert at pizza making, and then it turns out that I'm not. So I got questions. Thank you for that.
It looks like a good dough.
If anybody has questions, by the way, about cooking, look, we've got an expert in studio. So 414-799-1965 for the Creative Planning Talk and Text line. Take advantage as we have our food expert with us today, Chef Feker from the Chef Feker Restaurant Group. Explain about that group a little bit.
When I first came to Milwaukee, I started with one. It was Il Mito in corner of 6th and Virginia. The Il Mito brand I brought from Los Angeles. So it's been growing. And one of the things that I like to do, make sure that the spaces that I create are not necessarily named the same way, because every space is different, every market is different. So I have Zesty in Heartland, that is more of a global cuisine, all the flavors that have made me as a chef. And then I have an Il Mito Cafe with an exterior seating and fire pits and everything in Delafield that I do. Those foods are very much Mediterranean, but Zesty is Mediterranean, a little bit of Chinese, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so you can always find what you love.
What is your accent, may I ask?
Yeah, absolutely. I was born in Persia. I was born in Iran. I left Iran when I was 7 years old. My father sent me to boarding school in Switzerland. I finished schooling in Switzerland. After high school, his dream for me was to be a dentist. So I went to USC. I was accepted. I was a pre-med student. And as you notice, I'm the cause of you going to the dentist now instead of being the dentist.
So what brought you here to Milwaukee?
Business brought me here. Love kept me here. And I'll tell you that I had 3 restaurants in Los Angeles. I never dreamed of coming to Milwaukee and being in the restaurant world. I came here for real estate. in Mukwonago, basically. But that was the crossroad I was crossing in life. I wanted to settle down. And I met my beautiful wife, Maricela, here. And to be honest with you, for those of you that know Los Angeles, all of us know Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a great town to be young at.
Yeah, my daughter lives in LA.
Yeah, but it's not a great town to raise a family for sure.
Your wife's name sounds like it could be an exotic dish. Do you have a dish named after her?
She's my Maricela.
Yeah.
Every dish is after her. What do you mean? Absolutely.
We do have a call. Let's see if this is a call about food or not. Let's take a chance here. KLH, hi, who's this?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Mike. I got a question for the chef.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, sir. When I was growing up, my mom made a horseradish sauce. I don't know if she used horseradish with milk or butter. I don't know, but I don't know how to make it. I wish I could find out how to do it again.
Absolutely. So horseradish, being from the radish family, it comes in a way that you have to grate it. The more you grate it on a finer note of your box grater, the more it releases its water content, the more the flavors come. So what I would do if I were you, heat up a little bit of butter or olive oil, have some grated horseradish that you have created, saute it in there. Now you need some kind of a thickening agent to do that. With the horseradish, add some flour, all-purpose flour, and cook it together. Milk, that is your horseradish sauce.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Appreciate it. Number is 414-799-1965.
We got a text in that said, how do you get a good sourdough starter? And why is it so hard? Am I overthinking it?
No, you're not actually. You're absolutely correct. If you want to go the classic way, it takes 3 to 4 days minimum. But you can fasten that. If you use only instead of all-purpose flour, you use wheat, whole flour, and this is my trick, a little bit of yeast and a teaspoon of vinegar. The reason that the whole sourdough we all love, is because of those sour notes that happens within the fermentation process. So if we want to fasten the fermentation, that's what we needed to give it a little bit of yeast, give it a little bit of sour notes to eat, so you can do it faster.
How often do you feed it?
You don't feed it my way. You don't feed it anymore. You feed it once. The one that she's talking about is true. Every 12 hours, you got to feed it some new wheat flour so it has more food to eat and create. You know what?
Issue.
One of the things that we are all going towards sourdough has to do with our health. And they mention sourdough is good for digestion because it's sour. Anything fermented is good for your digestion.
Yeah. I like kombucha. I like to drink
kombucha. That's phenomenal. Yeah.
Kimchi.
We're talking to Chef Feker on 96.5 WKLH. Hi, who's this?
Colette.
Colette, what's up?
I have a question regarding the use of salt. And when you watch cooking shows, in my opinion, they use an obscene amount of salt.
I agree.
And given the state of people's health and high blood pressure and everything, why do they use so much salt that isn't really good for you?
Thanks for the call, Colette.
Great question. Phenomenal question, because this is something that is in our everyday diet. And without knowing, we are bombarded with sodium chloride, not just salt. Remember, salt is a crystal. And within that crystal, you have potassium, magnesium, chloride, iodine, and all of these things that are good for us. So in my opinion, if you are worried about salt, go to pure sea salt. Pure sea salt is not mined. It's basically, at this moment, we take the seawater with the salt content, we dry out the water, and then we give you those crystals with all the good minerals in there. And in my humble opinion, also, if you want to cut down on sodium, not on salt. You don't have problem with magnesium, calcium, or potassium. Buy a finishing salt like that pink Himalayan that comes in a grinder. Finish cooking with no salt prior to sitting down and enjoying the creation that is in front of you. Give it a couple of turns of salt. Let it sit on the surface. Be absorbed, but you're controlling the sodium intake, and you're taking a lot of good minerals in.
Interesting.
Do you find that this type of the year, this type of the season with the Lenten season is a little bit down for restaurant goers because of the fact that people are holding back a little bit on their eating patterns, or not?
Actually, they're not holding back. They're only trying to find what is right that complements the Lent season. So if you do some market research, and by now I must know the market. I'll give them things that they love, and they don't have to feel the guilt. But I'm not supposed to eat beef,
Right.
We just focus on seafood. We focus on white meat. We focus on vegetables, those kind of things. If you go to a restaurant that doesn't look at it like that, or an eatery, let me call you better than a restaurant, eatery. All of my operations, I try to make them eatery. They're not ristorante. They're not stuffy. I want it to be casual, fun. If you go to a restaurant that doesn't do that, then you got to keep guessing, okay, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? Fish fry. It's nothing that we do it in the Catholic Church. The Italians do it. They call it fritto misto. Nice seafood, but I add some sea scallops to it. I add jumbo shrimp to it, on and on. Vegetables, pizzas, as you were mentioning, can be done. I know what you guys want. Okay, so all you got to do is to come to me. Come to me, mama. Come to me.
One more call for Chef Feker. Hi, who's this?
Andrew,
what's up?
hey, I love this topic, actually. Tell us a little bit about your home and your background. Did your parents cook, and what's your favorite Persian recipe? I've never had Persian.
I love
I
it.
don't think in my life. So tell me some things about that, maybe, and something we might try at home.
Absolutely. First of all, when it comes to starch, good morning, Andrew. Thanks for the question. When it comes to starch, Persian cuisine is mainly rice. That's what they use. When it comes to mainly their food is a lot of stews that can be made. So I got to write you a recipe, and I'm going to write a recipe and leave it on the website here at WKLH so you guys can enjoy it. And we're going to call it Andrew's Persian Food. Is everybody on this?
Love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Let's love it. Andrew's Persian Food. So I give you a recipe for a nice khoresht, which is a stew of Persian food. Simple, yet sophisticated in layers of flavor. And I love cooking Persian food. But one of the things about Persian food you cannot cook and warm and keep serving it. So I'm not a big fan of Persian restaurants. Andrew, what was the question? What the hell am I talking about?
Well, he just wanted you to talk about Persian food in general and what the characteristics were.
So you said you'd
I'll
give
get
him
the
some
recipe done for you.
Very
Andrew.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
And you said the word there, was it khoresh? Is that what
Khoresht.
Okay.
Khoresht. Yeah. Khoresht means stew.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
And you got to pronounce, Andrew, you got to pronounce the Yeah. This is also a language.
Love it.
The language lesson, right?
Chef Feker from the Chef Feker Restaurant Group, becoming sort of our food expert here on 96.5 WKLH.
Hope so.
And if folks want to reach you, how do they do that? What's the best website for you?
Best way to get a hold of me would be cheffeker.com.
Okay.
CHEF Feker, FEKER.com. That way you have access to all the restaurants, all my recipes, and everything that I do, from my culinary tours to everything else. I'm your personal chef, and that's really what you need to do. You have to have a personal chef, ask questions, and let me guide you if I can.
Okay, one quick text came in that said, can you just repeat what you add to the sourdough again? You said
whole wheat flour, a little bit of vinegar. Apple cider is perfect because why? We have amazing apple cider vinegar here, and it's good for you, and a little bit of yeast.
All right,
okay,
Chef,
thank you.
Thanks for your time. Hope to have you on again.
That's another recipe that I would love to share with you, and then everybody can have it, so this can become their go-to place to get the recipes and to listen to this amazing voice.
It is a good voice for radio. Thanks for your time, Chef. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Dave Coombs, Dorene,